Living Hello, living in Boulder, August 12, 2019, Tuesday, 6:29 p.m. I mean August 13th. Right now it's August 13th, 2019, Tuesday at 6:29 p.m. I didn't do my video for August 12th, so this will be my August 13th. I think this is the second video I can think of where I didn't do the video that day. Yesterday it was my first day working on the timeline. I got way too into it. And then like 6 in the morning came around. I remember I didn't do my video and I thought, should I do it? But I figured I was too tired. So yesterday I started the day finishing. I wanted, when I got up, I was like, okay, yeah, today, that's right. I was doing the timeline. But then I spaced out. I got high or something. And I just started automatically working on my, uh, um, um, Google Earthing of Rome, and there was the town North Mountain Tapia, West Beverly Hills. Um, I finished that. I mean, I didn't finish it. I finished what I was working on it. I took off all these images and just cleaned it up and made it ready to do the next level. But most of the day was spent fixing the images on my timeline. All the images on my timeline went away. I don't know why or how. All of my images were gone off my website. So I think what happened was somewhere along the lines, I must have gotten too high or something. I don't know. I said, oh, look, too many images on the website. And I took them all off and I forgot about my images for my timeline. I don't know how I possibly could have done that, but apparently that's what I did do. And so, what I should have done was just figured out how it was organized by looking at how they were linked. But I jumped right into it without thinking, and I got a bunch in before I realized I was going to do it the easy way. So I actually did it the hard way. I replaced all the images, and then I batch edit replaced the images. So it took me most of the day to do that when I could have just gone and figured out how it was and just put them back where they were. But whatever. So that's what I did yesterday. That was my whole day. And then at the end, I was going to go and fix the links for all these little flags. Next to all the countries, I have the flags of all the countries, so you can jump to any country in the world from the top of the page. It's just this link thing that I have. And I wanted to fix the links. So that's what I've been doing today, just fixing the links. So I built the links, and then I'm checking them, and then I'm making sure the pages are receiving them right, have the right, tag, and, obviously, just like always, it's way more basic than I ever thought. More links are broken than I ever imagined. Even one of the main links was broken. So that's why it wasn't until now that I do the video. But now I'm finally making progress. There's this other problem that was going on that had a bunch of this like Caribbean information, a bunch of tables just like jumped into the table that only showed on the internet but not on my Dreamweaver. And I figured out how to get rid of those cleanly. And so I'm cleaning those off and fixing the links. And I can't believe my website is such basic state. I was working on this in 2011, and I was looking at like the dates. I looked at the battles, and the last battle that I had was in 2011. Oh no, not the battles, the popes. It said Pope Benedict has been a pope for the last 6 years. Well, Pope Benedict was Pope for six. I mean, our new Pope after Benedict has been Pope for 6 years. So it was like 8 years ago. So crazy. That's the problem when you're like me and you just have way too many. Like all the things that I really need to be done right now, they don't exist. And I don't have the patience to just twiddle my thumbs and wait for somebody else to do it because I don't know if that'll ever happen. Because there's no sign of anybody ever doing any of the things that I'm doing. A complete history timeline. The closest thing that there's to that is Wikipedia, and that's not a timeline, it's just lists. Building anything on Google Earth has never even been done in the slightest, which is bizarre because the tool's right up there on Google Earth machine. There's plenty of kids in school. I don't know what projects they're giving kids if they're not building anything. Seems ridiculous. And then nobody ever did any of the stuff that I'm doing. So that's why I'm just building all this stuff because it doesn't exist. But it's risky because what happens if it takes me so long that I won't be done in time? Like by the time I'm done, somebody else will build it. So I'm just working my ass off, and I think I'll be done with everything before anybody does anything because people are slow. For example, I'll probably be done Google Earthing Boulder and Rome before anybody has even thought about it. But hopefully people go to my website and instead of getting the idea to do it, they get the idea to not do it because they know that I'm doing it, and they go and do something else that's original. Because there's plenty of original things people can be doing. You don't have to poach off me. But if you do, whatever. There's nothing I'm going to do about it. I'm not even going to have a problem. I'll probably have a problem with it inside, but I would never admit that I have a problem with it because it just goes against my whole philosophy about life. We're in an important time right now. We need to start building and fixing, creating, and not worrying about who owns what and who gets owed this and that and copyright stuff. And it's just like, as long as you're making enough money, then be happy. So whatever, that's another video. But anyway, my point is, I'm not going to play that game. If anybody wants to poach anything off me, they're more than welcome to do it. But I don't even have to worry about that because my timeline is so original. Nobody's ever going to make a timeline that looks like mine. Like, that's all mine. That's me. If somebody makes a timeline off of my timeline, it'll be obvious that it's just mine. So, but whatever. So anyways, that's what I'm doing, just fixing these links. That's the next step. I want to make sure that all these links are fixed. I can't totally make sure by checking them, and there's just too many of them, but I'll do my best to make sure that all the links are fixed. And then after that, yeah, that's when I'll start doing the enter page links, where you click the king, horizontal king to the vertical king and back. And then, I might want to drag and drop. Actually, I can't do that. The next step on my timeline is putting all of the cathedrals and like battles and castles and everything into their proper countries. But I don't know. I can't do that until I do the Google Earth first. That's the project I was going to do next before I was, like a few projects ago, the next project I was going to do. I was making maps of Australia and New Zealand. The next one I was going to do is the Google Earth maps of all the kingdoms of Europe, because once I do that, all I have to do is to find out where a castle or a cathedral is or a battle on my website. I just click on it, go where it is, and then it'll show. It'll be like, okay, so where's that in? Because I'll have them all open on Google Earth. Oh, that's in that kingdom. So then I just drag it right into that kingdom. But I can't do that yet because I don't have the kingdoms on Google Earth. So my timeline has to stay at an unfinished state with all these other things not in their proper place, just at the kind of coagulated at the bottom there. So yeah, I think I'll abandon my timeline. Once I'm done with these links, I'll be like, woo, that's a major bonus. And that's when I'm going to back up and go back to who knows what, something else for a week or whatever. And then I'll go in and try to do the kingdoms of all of Europe, and then that'll prime me for the timeline. So yeah, but I think I'm going to do timeline for a week. I did Boulder Rome for a week until last Sunday, and then yesterday was my first day. So I'll do all this week on the timeline, unless I don't finish the links, and then I'll give it 2 weeks because I'm super fired up about it. This is like my big project, It's a big project on my website. So once it gets done, or at least to the next level, it'll definitely make me feel like I'm in the next level. One interesting thing about being a human is, like, I'm totally independent. I don't communicate to the outside world except for my fiance and my mom, I don't even really talk to my roommate, so it's pretty much only 2 people I talk to. So I'm kind of isolated, and nobody comments on my videos or writes me or anything. So I'm totally in my own mind, so I have no way to gauge what people think about me, which is a great luxury because I get to stay focused on my own project. But but this is the point. My website is me. And that's, you don't think about that yet because it's such a new technology, but it's true. If you're going to go 100 years in the future, you're going to, you be like, hey, what's your name? It wouldn't be like, hey, what's your Facebook or Instagram? It's what's your website? Facebook and Instagram will probably be gone because they'll have new programs that'll have people's photos just on their website. And then if you want to know who they're networked with, they'll have a networking page on their website. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have. So So that's you. It's like what's you, what's your website. You look at somebody's website and that's them. And so that's how I think about myself. But my website has been such a disaster, like this whole time, like with nothing working, because I start something and then right as it's getting started, and like right at the volume has been dumped on there, I move on to something else. So it's just a bunch of rough draft, just dumped information all over the place. And so of course everybody thinks I'm crazy, and I can feel that, like my mom today. I was on the phone with her 10 minutes ago and she's screaming her head off at me. You're never going to make money. You're not going to make money. You have to stop it. You have to get any old job, just any old job. You don't have any money. And I'm like, I have plenty of money, dude. What are you talking about? I don't have money. What are you talking about? I'm not making money with my website. I will make money with my website. Like, so then she just got mad at me and hung up on me. And, that's kind of the general vibe you get. Also on YouTube, people, 'cause somebody called me a loser last month on YouTube. And it's like, sure, of course, because my website is in a state of disrepair, and nobody's ever seen a website like that. Like, I'm the only person who works like that in the whole world, in the history of mankind, probably. And so, well, because the technology's never been here, but even with all the different things we're working at the same time. So, but my point is, it comes to a point where my website gets so good that I look at it and I go, oh, okay, now I'm fucking solid. Like, I'm a legit person. Like, nobody's gonna be like calling me a douchebag faggot or a loser or whatever, just because my website has a couple of broken links. But like, I can feel that as it comes along. So even though I'm not getting any response from anybody, I can feel it. It's like I'm connected to my website. My website and I are like psychically intertwined, like quantum entanglement. So, so yeah, that's why it's exciting for me to finally get this timeline fixed, like where the links are working more, and there's not all that Caribbean extra stuff on the bottom of every page, and all this, cleaned up. And I know that there's whole bunch of other pages on my website that are totally dysfunctional, just like my timeline was. But but I one of these days I'll finish it all, and then it'll be like, yay! I could actually make money on my website. I can't wait till I make my first dollar off my website. I need to get to 100,000 page views a month. I'm at like 60 or something, 60,000 now. I could get there. All I have to do is promote, but I have to get my website functionable. Like, I don't want anybody looking at my website now because it's fucking doesn't work. None of the links work. It drive you completely insane. In fact, my website might have caused people more stress than happiness so far in the world. It might be at a net negative, negative influence on the world just from all the stress, just from being confusing. So I need to like make up for that by finishing the damn timeline to make it actually work. But even if it's net stress, it's good stress. It's stress that needed to happen because it's not like bad. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. Some people might say that, but I'm not saying that. It's better to make a confusing yet original thing than it is to make a completely polished, unoriginal small thing. But that doesn't matter anyway because I'm definitely gonna finish this. So that's what I'm up to. Yeah. So that's why I'm just floored. Just like, come on. Oh my God, that's broken. Da, 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 da. So it'll be going on for the next week. I was listening to Tocqueville. No, I wasn't listening to Tocqueville. I was listening to Montesquieu. He was talking about Tocqueville, and yeah, I like it. I really like it. You can't listen to it all day, every day, but I ran out of weed last night. I should buy more weed, but my lungs were really fucking me, so I can't buy more edibles, and I don't have the money. I only have $290 or whatever that I have to last all the way to the end of the month. So I can't. Actually, it's less than that. I have like $180 to get me to the end of the month. So I have to just not get overwhelmed and stay calm and just listen to stuff and be happy. One thing that keeps me from getting overwhelmed is when I can see so much happening so quickly, which I can now, and it's really it's pleasurable to watch this put together. Anyways, I've talked long enough. But I didn't do my video yesterday. Tomorrow when I do my video, hopefully I'll be done linking the images, and I'll be into linking the vertical to horizontal timeline. That'll be really badass, but we'll see. Okay, peace out.